Gentlemen, there's something sitting in your kitchen cabinet right now, something you've probably walked past 1,000 times without ever realizing it holds the key to transforming your circulation, your energy, and your performance in ways you haven't experienced in years. I'm talking about olive oil. But here's the truth that changes everything. Using olive oil alone is like trying to start a fire without a spark. It just won't ignite. There's one missing ingredient, one powerful addition that most men completely ignore, and it's so simple, so affordable that when I first share it with my patients, they almost dismiss it entirely. But then I show them the research. I explain the biology, and suddenly everything clicks. Some of these men report feeling a noticeable difference in their warmth, their energy, and their morning vitality within just 48 to 72 hours. I'm Dr. Rachael Ross, a board-certified urologist who has spent over a decade helping men restore what they thought was permanently lost, their confidence, their strength, and their intimate connection. And today, I'm going to share with you exactly why olive oil by itself cannot deliver the circulation boost your body craves and the one ordinary kitchen ingredient that transforms it into something extraordinary. If you're ready to learn something that could change your life, type the word ready in the comments below and let's begin. Now, I want you to be honest with yourself for a moment. When was the last time you felt unstoppable? I'm talking about that feeling you used to have, the one where you woke up in the morning and your body just worked. You didn't have to think about it. You didn't have to worry about it. You felt strong, capable, ready for whatever the day brought. For most men over 50, that feeling has become a distant memory. And the hardest part isn't the physical change itself, it's the silence. It's the way you avoid conversations about it. It's the distance that grows between you and your partner when neither of you wants to acknowledge what's happening. It's the quiet shame that settles in when you look in the mirror and wonder where your strength went. You've tried everything. You switched to healthier oils. You cut back on red meat. You started walking more. You followed your doctor's advice about diet and exercise, and yet nothing seems to bring back what you've lost. The frustration builds, the disappointment deepens, and slowly you start accepting this new version of yourself, even though deep down you know it's not who you're meant to be. But here's what I need you to understand, and this is the truth that changes everything. The problem is not your age. Your age is just a number. The problem is not your desire, because I know that fire still burns inside you. The real problem, the one that nobody talks about, is circulation. The highways of blood flowing through your body have narrowed. The pathways to your most vital systems have become restricted. And no matter how healthy your diet is, no matter how much olive oil you consume, none of it matters if your blood cannot flow freely to where it needs to go. Here's the scientific reality. An erection is not something you can will into existence. It's not about mental focus or emotional desire. An erection is a vascular event. It's a hydraulic process that depends entirely on blood rushing into specific tissues and staying there under pressure. The penis contains specialized chambers filled with delicate spongy tissue and tiny arteries. When blood flows into these chambers rapidly and fills them completely, you achieve firmness. When blood flow is restricted or weak, everything changes. And here's the critical fact that every man needs to understand. The arteries supplying blood to the penis are among the smallest in your entire body. They're smaller than the arteries in your heart. They're more sensitive to changes in circulation than almost any other blood vessel you have. Research published in major medical journals has demonstrated that even a modest reduction in arterial blood flow, as little as 5 to 7%, can cause a dramatic decline in erectile firmness, sometimes as much as 40 to 50%. Think about what that means. A tiny change in circulation creates a massive change in function. This is why men who feel perfectly healthy otherwise, men with no obvious symptoms, suddenly find themselves struggling in ways they never expected. The arteries in the penis are like early warning signals. They're the first place your body shows you that something has changed, often years before you develop obvious heart problems or other cardiovascular issues. Now, you've probably heard that olive oil is good for your heart, And that's absolutely true. Olive oil, especially extra virgin olive oil, is loaded with monounsaturated fats that support vascular health. It contains powerful polyphenols, natural antioxidants that protect your arteries from damage. It reduces inflammation throughout your body. It's one of the healthiest fats you can consume. But here's the problem that nobody explains. Olive oil alone cannot trigger the single most important process your body needs to restore blood flow. That process is called vasodilation, the relaxation and widening of your blood vessels that allows blood to surge through with force. For vasodilation to happen, your body requires a specific signaling molecule called nitric oxide. Nitric oxide is the master key that unlocks your circulation. When nitric oxide is released inside your arteries, it signals the smooth muscle tissue in your arterial walls to relax. When those walls relax, the arteries widen. When the arteries widen, blood rushes through with power and pressure. It's the exact mechanism that medications target. The difference is you can trigger this process naturally from the inside out, without side effects, without dependency, without expensive prescriptions. But here's the catch. Olive oil, no matter how pure, no matter how expensive, does not directly stimulate nitric oxide production. It provides the building blocks. It protects your arteries. It supports the system, but it doesn't flip the switch. It's like having premium fuel in your tank, but no ignition. You have all the support you need, but nothing is activating it. So what does flip that switch? What sends the signal that opens your arteries and restores the flow you've been missing? The answer is vinegar. And I know exactly what you're thinking right now. Vinegar, the same ordinary, inexpensive ingredient sitting in kitchens around the world? Yes. And here's the science that makes it so powerful. Inside vinegar is a compound called acetic acid. This simple molecule has been studied extensively, and the research is remarkable. When acetic acid enters your bloodstream, it triggers a cascade of biological reactions that directly impact your ability to achieve and maintain strong blood flow. The most important of these reactions involves something called the endothelium. The endothelium is the thin layer of cells that lines every artery and blood vessel in your body. Think of it as the control center for your circulation. When your endothelium is healthy, it produces nitric oxide through a specific enzyme called endothelial nitric oxide synthase, or eNOS for short. A study published in the journal Bioscience, Biotechnology, and Biochemistry demonstrated that acetic acid directly activates this enzyme. When you consume vinegar, the acetic acid absorbs into your bloodstream and travels to your endothelium. There, it triggers the production and release of nitric oxide. This nitric oxide then diffuses into the smooth muscle cells surrounding your arteries. When it reaches those cells, it causes them to relax. This relaxation is called vasodilation. Your arteries widen. Blood that was moving sluggishly suddenly rushes forward with force. In the context of erectile function, this is everything. The erectile tissue in the penis contains two primary chambers called the corpora cavernosa. These chambers are designed to fill with blood when you become aroused, but they can only fill properly when the arteries feeding them are open wide and blood is flowing freely. When nitric oxide signals those arteries to relax, blood surges into the chambers. At the same time, the veins that normally drain blood away get compressed, trapping the blood inside. This creates pressure. Pressure creates firmness. Firmness creates the reliable function you've been missing. Now here's where it gets even more interesting. Vinegar delivers additional benefits that all work together to restore your vascular health. It helps regulate blood sugar levels after meals. When your blood sugar spikes, it creates inflammation that damages the delicate tissue of your endothelium. Over time, this damage stiffens your arteries and reduces their ability to respond to nitric oxide signals. By consuming vinegar before meals, you blunt these sugar spikes and protect your arterial walls. Vinegar also helps reduce systemic inflammation throughout your body. Chronic inflammation is one of the silent killers of circulation. It causes your blood vessels to tighten, your arteries to narrow, and your blood pressure to rise. When inflammation decreases, your vessels relax. When vessels relax, circulation improves. And when circulation improves, everything downstream begins to function better. There's also emerging research showing that vinegar supports a healthy gut microbiome. Your gut bacteria influence inflammation throughout your entire system. When your gut is balanced, inflammatory signals decrease. When inflammation drops, blood flow improves. But the real magic happens when you combine vinegar with olive oil. Alone, each ingredient offers benefits. Together, they create a synergy that neither can achieve on its own. Think of it this way. Vinegar is the activation switch. It triggers the release of nitric oxide and signals your arteries to open. Olive oil is the fuel and the protector. The healthy monounsaturated fats in olive oil improve the absorption of acetic acid into your bloodstream. The polyphenols, powerful antioxidants found in high-quality extra virgin olive oil, protect the nitric oxide from being destroyed by free radicals before it can do its work. And the anti-inflammatory compounds in olive oil keep your endothelium soft, flexible, and responsive over time. When these two ingredients enter your system together, they amplify each other's effects. The vinegar ignites the process. The olive oil sustains and protects it. Together, they turn a small spark into a sustained surge of improved circulation. I've seen this transformation happen in my practice more times than I can count. Men who walked in feeling defeated, convinced their bodies had given up on them, suddenly start reporting changes they never expected. They feel warmth returning to their hands and feet. Their energy stabilizes. Their thinking becomes clearer. And then, often without any conscious effort, the morning signals they thought were gone forever begin to return. So let me walk you through exactly how to implement this protocol. This is the same method I share with my patients, step by step, with nothing held back. The first component is the pre-meal vinegar ritual. Approximately 15 minutes before your two largest meals of the day, usually lunch and dinner, prepare a glass of water. Use about 8 to 12 ounces, roughly a full glass. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of vinegar to the water. The best options are apple cider vinegar with the mother, which contains beneficial bacteria and enzymes, or red wine vinegar, which is rich in acetic acid and additional antioxidants. Stir it well and sip it slowly over 5 to 10 minutes. Don't rush it. Let your body absorb it gradually. The timing here is critical. By drinking this mixture before your meal, you're activating the acetic acid before food enters your system. When you eat, especially foods containing carbohydrates, your blood sugar rises. That rise creates a spike that triggers inflammation and damages your endothelium. By preloading with vinegar, you significantly reduce the severity of that spike. You give your arterial walls the opportunity to remain relaxed instead of becoming inflamed. You protect the very tissue that controls your circulation. This single habit can change how your body responds to every meal you eat for the rest of your life. The second component is the daily combination meal. At least once per day, ideally with your evening meal, create a simple salad that brings olive oil and vinegar together. Start with 2 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil. Make sure it's high quality, cold pressed, and stored in a dark bottle. The cheap, refined olive oils you find on most supermarket shelves have been stripped of the polyphenols and antioxidants that make this work. Invest in quality. Your body will thank you. Add 1 to 2 teaspoons of your chosen vinegar. Apple cider vinegar or red wine vinegar both work excellently. Whisk them together with a pinch of sea salt and some fresh herbs like oregano, basil, or rosemary. For your base, use dark leafy greens like spinach, arugula, kale, or mixed greens. These provide additional nitrates that your body can convert into nitric oxide, amplifying the effect even further. Add fresh vegetables like tomatoes, cucumbers, red onion, bell peppers, and avocado. These aren't just filler. They carry additional vitamins, minerals, and compounds that support vascular health. Drizzle your dressing over the salad and eat it slowly, enjoying every bite. When this combination of olive oil and vinegar enters your bloodstream together, something remarkable happens. The olive oil enhances absorption of the acetic acid. The vinegar triggers nitric oxide production. The polyphenols protect that nitric oxide from breaking down too quickly. And your entire circulatory system receives a coordinated signal to relax, open, and flow. Now, let me set realistic expectations because this is not a magic pill. This is a biological process that works with your body's natural systems. It takes time, it requires consistency, and the results build gradually. During the first week, most men notice changes that aren't directly related to sexual function. You might wake up feeling lighter and more rested. Your energy might feel more stable throughout the day without the afternoon crashes you've grown accustomed to. Your hands and feet might feel warmer, a sign that circulation is improving to your extremities. Your mind might feel clearer, less foggy, more focused. These are all signals that blood is flowing more freely throughout your entire body. By weeks 2 to 4, many men start noticing changes directly related to their intimate health. Morning erections may begin returning, sometimes unexpectedly. Arousal starts to feel more natural, more spontaneous. Firmness during intimate moments begins to improve. Confidence starts rebuilding. Your partner may notice the difference before you even mention it. By weeks 8 to 12 of consistent daily practice, the improvements become significant and reliable. Your body has adapted. Your vascular system has healed. The strength and function you thought were gone have returned. But here's the absolute key. This only works if you do it consistently. Daily practice, not occasional effort. Your body rewards discipline, not desperation. Now, before you rush to your kitchen, I need to share some critical warnings. These are not optional. These could save you from serious harm. Never, under any circumstances, apply vinegar directly to your skin, especially not to your genital area. I know this seems obvious, but I have treated men in my practice who made this exact mistake. They thought that applying vinegar topically would speed up results. It doesn't. It causes damage. The tissue of the penis is extraordinarily delicate, more sensitive than the tissue inside your mouth. The acid in vinegar can cause chemical burns, severe irritation, blistering, and permanent scarring. I have seen men in my office in tremendous pain, filled with regret, because they acted out of desperation instead of understanding. This protocol works internally through your bloodstream by rebuilding your circulation from the inside out. There are no shortcuts. There is no topical version. Do not experiment. Now let me address who should be cautious with this approach. If you're taking blood-thinning medications like warfarin, aspirin, or other anticoagulants, speak with your physician before starting. Vinegar has mild blood-thinning properties, and combining it with medication could increase your risk of bleeding or bruising. If you're on diabetes medication, monitor your blood sugar carefully. Vinegar lowers blood sugar naturally, and combining it with medication could cause your levels to drop too low, leading to hypoglycemia. If you have acid reflux, GERD, or stomach ulcers, start with a very small amount of vinegar and observe how your body responds. For some men, vinegar can aggravate these conditions. And if you have serious cardiovascular disease, kidney problems, or any major health condition, consult your doctor before making changes to your diet or routine. Let me also address some common mistakes that undermine results. Don't use more vinegar than recommended. More is not better. Excessive vinegar irritates your stomach and provides no additional benefit. Always dilute vinegar in water. Never drink it straight. Don't expect overnight miracles. Give your body at least 4 to 6 weeks of consistent use before evaluating whether it's working. And don't use cheap, refined olive oil. The processing removes the compounds that make this combination effective. Invest in quality extra virgin olive oil from a reputable source. To maximize your results, combine this protocol with supportive lifestyle habits. Walk for at least 30 minutes every day. Walking is one of the most effective ways to boost circulation and support vascular health. Stay well hydrated with at least 8 glasses of water daily. Dehydration thickens your blood and makes it harder to flow. Get 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep every night. Sleep is when your body produces testosterone and repairs your circulatory system. Reduce alcohol consumption and processed foods, both of which damage your arteries over time. And consider adding pelvic floor exercises to your routine. These exercises strengthen the muscles that trap blood in the penis during arousal, enhancing firmness and duration. If you follow this protocol consistently for 12 weeks and experience no improvement whatsoever, that's an important signal. It may indicate an underlying condition that requires medical attention. Sudden or severe erectile dysfunction can be an early warning sign of cardiovascular disease, diabetes, or other serious health issues. Don't ignore it. See a urologist for a comprehensive evaluation. But for the vast majority of men, this simple combination is all they need to start turning things around. Let me share something that happened in my practice recently. A 64-year-old man came to see me after years of frustration. He had tried supplements, he had tried medications, he had tried expensive treatments that promised the world and delivered nothing. He was defeated. He told me he had accepted that this part of his life was over. We started this exact protocol together. I walked him through each step. He committed to following it daily. 6 weeks later, he returned to my office with tears in his eyes. He told me something I'll never forget. He said, "I woke up last week and felt like myself again." I didn't think that person still existed. That's the power of restoring circulation naturally. That's what's possible for you. Your body has not given up on you. Decline is not inevitable. You have far more control over your health and vitality than you've been led to believe. This isn't just about physical function. It's about your confidence as a man. It's about the intimate connection you share with your partner. It's about your sense of purpose, your energy, your identity. You can close this video right now and hope things improve on their own. Or you can take one simple action today that begins the process of rebuilding what you thought was lost forever. Tonight, do this. Go to your kitchen. Find your apple cider vinegar and your extra virgin olive oil. Before dinner, mix 1 to 2 teaspoons of vinegar into a glass of water and sip it slowly. With dinner, make a simple salad dressed with 2 tablespoons of olive oil and a teaspoon of vinegar, along with whatever fresh vegetables you have available. Do the same thing tomorrow and the day after that. Pay attention to how you feel. Notice your energy levels. Notice the warmth in your hands and feet. Notice the quality of your sleep. Track any changes in a simple notebook. Write down a number from 1 to 10 each day, representing how you feel overall. Note when morning signals return. Observe how your body responds over time. If this information helped you today, subscribe to this channel and share this video with a friend who might benefit from hearing it. You could be giving another man his confidence back. You could be saving a relationship. You could be changing a life with one simple share. This is Dr. Rachael Ross reminding you that your best days are not behind you. They're waiting for you to reclaim them.